My guy AJ.
What's up, dude?
Yo, we're hanging out here. So we're back from Salt Lake City, Karate Combat 50.
Yeah.
We made a bet.
We did.
We made a bet. And guess who won? This guy.
That guy.
I did. Now, it was a good fight. It was the Harley Toki fight.
Yep.
Anyway, we put $100 in HBAR.
Yep.
Harley won the fight.
To be fair, I really like Harley.
Hell
but
yeah.
just Toki's in the Algo fam,
Yeah,
and I was leaning into it.
They're great guys. Both
Yeah.
of them are great guys.
Yeah.
We had a good time.
They are.
But at the end of the day, Karate Combat, it's a big ecosystem that I'm putting a lot of focus in. You're doing the same thing.
Yep.
You know, going to be covering events, fighters, all that kind of stuff, things that are happening. You got the up-only gaming that they've got for the Karate Combat ecosystem, but now they also introduced the Layer 2 solution. So I want to take my money and put it in there, but let's just really quickly talk about, you know, like the experience with Karate Combat and what you think, because in a lot of the things that I talk about with my show in the morning, you know, there's a lot of Web3 gamer guys, and so my whole thing is I'm not an actual gamer. Like, that's just, I don't have attention for, I don't have time for it, but I think what Karate Combat is building is probably Web3 gaming's best offering at the moment. What do you think about that?
I mean, let's look at the model of up-only gaming and then compare it to every other model that invariably failed.
Right.
Like Steppen, for instance, with the shoes on Solana.
God.
Basically, you had to go walk with your shoes, and then guess what? You had to repair your shoes when you were done.
Dude,
and it was good for a week until so many people got in on it, and then everyone gets less and less money
dinosaur
as
tails
more
out.
Exactly. So that model failed.
Yeah.
And then we see Web3 gaming models like Axie Infinity, where it's all, the whole project is concentrated into one game, and let's be honest, that game wasn't fun to play.
Okay.
But people that got in early did make money off. That's probably the best example, or the Kongs, the Cyber Kongs with the banana token, that did okay. And then like Gala, for instance, where instead of having an ecosystem that's focused on one game, they have an ecosystem focused on 50 games, throwing darts, hoping one of them hits a bullseye.
And that was their biggest downfall, because
Terrible.
what they did is they diluted their entire ecosystem with too many coins. The Gala token itself was left, you know, for the original investors
And
who
the
got in.
tokenomics were terrible.
Trash. Absolute trash. And so, you know, by adding in a new token for every game, you know, basically, again, diluting the whole ecosystem and the value to the token holders that had the Gala token itself.
Yeah.
And then since there's been like hacks, and I think they're on a V2 token, all that kind of stuff now anyway, but
Yeah.
the new one, off the grid or on the grid, whatever,
On Avalanche, off the grid.
off the grid, like that's, so that to me, probably as far as like a game goes, I think people are saying that's the closest we got to the AAA, all that stuff.
To be fair, it's been cool seeing like Ninja and Tim the Tatman, like really big names in gaming playing that game. I think that has been the best example of like a Fortnite type of video game, like a Royale video game. I know Avalanche has been making a lot of good strides lately. They had a summit. We were actually invited to the summit in Argentina.
It's happening right now,
yeah,
right?
Stash is there. A bunch of good people are there.
plays on.
I wanted to go, didn't make it. I'm certainly going to make it to the next one though. And I think what Avalanche is doing specifically is really cool. But yeah, I agree. Off the Grid's the best example of like a video game right now. But to be fair, Karate Combat is more of like betting. Gamified.
True.
It's not its own video game.
There is definitely a difference. I like, you know, it definitely helps me provoke the conversation, all that kind of stuff. With Off the Grid, you know, one of the things you found out, they got like a $30 million kind of seed fund to build the game, right? So that really sets the tone for Web3 gaming. Now that we know this number and like, okay, that game's been put on the pedestal with that number, you either have to
Match
be
it
there or be better, right? So so now do we basically go back to the drawing board with Web3 gaming and be like, it's going to be a couple years because now we know what the precedent is. Now everybody who was building has to go back and say, we got to do better now.
To be fair, look at the tap to earn model on Toncoin on Telegram. I mean, every game doesn't have to be a ball out of the park AAA shooter.
Yeah.
You know, they're with you know, Notcoin and Hamster Combat and stuff like that. There is a model for, and people in crypto have already proven, hey, guess what? I'll grind this boring thing if I can make money.
That they will.
Quality doesn't always matter if there is an incentive.
Right, for now.
for now.
At some point, like when you actually want to bring in the mass adoption and all that stuff, like quality is going to matter. And I think if there is no other game studio that comes to play and play ball, you're going to see a mainstream studio take the reins on that. I mean, look, for example, Grand Theft Auto. You know, like if nothing comes to market that's going to be better than that, I think there's going to be a lot of integration into Web3 there. That is going to win the day in Web3 gaming.
There's a big difference between crypto adding a game and a game adding crypto. Because every example we've seen is a crypto adding a game, forcing it into happening. It's the day Grand Theft Auto or Red Dead 5, whatever it is, when a game adds crypto, that's going to be a completely different story. And I think that when it happens, will revolutionize Web3 gaming as we know it.
You heard it here. All right, we got to get shit done.
Yeah.
Get back to your office, man. I appreciate you. Thanks for that $100.
But so you're doing 50% Hedera, 50% karate, and compare.
That's what I want to do. Yeah. So over the course, and I'll check in every, at least once a month, maybe once a week. And just kind of see which one's performing better.
Totally.
And then
that's fun.
This is just a fun little experiment.
And also, if you guys want to learn more about the layer 2 happening on Karate Combat, it's releasing Q1 of 2025. Certainly watch the video that I put out on my channel last week. And as goes into detail about Up and the H stack, and they're doing so much cool stuff.
30% of this token supply, if I'm not mistaken, is allocated
karate stakers.
For the karate stakers, if you stake the karate token.
Crazy.
So get on it.
All right, Karate Combat. Thank you guys. Peace out. Smash the like, subscribe. Later.